This kind elder is happily fourth married. But then he's king. Find out if being a nice guy works out in CK2. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. We've just had the succession of our character to King Boar of England. So, we have to give this person pneumonia. If he survives pneumonia, he will be coronated the King of England. If he doesn't, it will be passed on to the next old man for them to have a go. Prince Menric. See, this is why he's called Boar. We were playing a Satanist, but this guy is a nice, kind, content Christian. So, we've got to defend against the Vikings, but without being a horrible tyrant who consolidates power in evil ways. Firstly, we do need to finish off this revolt that our previous guy started. And he survived the pneumonia. We're having too good luck with that. Maybe I need to up it to like the plague or something. Our previous character expelled the Jews to steal their money. But as this nice kind person, one of our first order of business, before we even get uncrowned, we're going to welcome them back. So we do have to give them a small portion of the money. He did gain a particular sympathy for the Jewish religion. You know, he felt bad for them. They were wronged, but yeah, this guy, he's better than that. Like, from the looks of this, he wants to be, in general, a good, happy person. Speaking of making people happy, a commenter asked for realm mode. This colours in different realms, different colours, rather than terrain mode, where the borders are just these little lines. So now you can more clearly see the disgusting scattering of Denmark. Okay, so immediately someone's trying to recruit this character to be a Satanist. Questioning salvation of God. But you know what? Why would he question the salvation of God? He's got a good thing. He's got a good thing going. And you know what? Even if he didn't, he'd be happy with his lot. We should definitely not speak of that again. Part of our realm's funding comes from this mercenary band, which I've not really touched on in previous episodes, but maybe I'll make a compilation episode at some point. They'd like to increase our investment in them. However, war for profit? That just seems a little bit evil. Thou shalt not kill and all that. So I think we'll respectfully disagree. They're doing their own thing over there, right? He's not zealous. He's not going to go out and stop them. We are going to show mercy, and therefore increase our vassals' opinion of us. This was our previous character's war, trying to clear out opponents to hit. We are going to start with an act of mercy and clemency to show our vassals that we are going to rule differently. And to do that rule, we need to get crowned. And of course, we will request the Pope to crown us. So we make our donation. Ooh. Because he's content. He's also paranoid already. Therefore, I think we go for a small private ceremony. Now, this is not fit for a king at all. However, he can't have everyone in the realm turning up. That would be a security nightmare. So this person prize. I wonder why they hate us so much. Okay, that's just started with this event. Okay, so they did quite like us. We've just started this problem with them. However, due to our high diplomacy skill, we're able to settle this argument before it becomes that long-term vendetta. And that's a very different approach to resolving vassal conflict. And our heir was assassinated. And this person, who is very good at intrigue, is now our heir. This cruel person. These prisoners. A grand act of clemency for our coronation ceremony. They've been imprisoned for almost 30 years and horribly tortured by our previous character. 2 of them had hands torn off. They survived the temporary component of their injuries, but they are permanently disfigured. And so we are going to show them clemency and clear out these prisoners. Yes, and he is just thinking about his safety. So he's going to lose some prestige. And the boldness really highlights the crown there. You can see its shape much better, just as you can see the shape of our realm better with this map mode. I normally do play on terrain, but you know, it's nice to have some green, a little bit of foliage, and you can see what you're doing easily in the tactical situation as well. But I'll be interesting to try this out for a while. This 14-year-old child who's just inherited from Weiss, though, would murders. Oh God, what's going on here? The Mercian Revolt murdered the Duke of Weiss. See, it is greatly dishonourable that this child, having inherited this great responsibility of 2 duchies, did not just take the short trip over to visit his king and pay homage. But what is even more insulting is that this vassal, who has been fighting this deadlock war with Mercia for several years, would presume to murder one of our own vassals. Clearly, we're trying to be a good king. We must enact justice. We will demand the most we can do at this time, because the murder's already happened. We can't imprison him as the leader of a plot. We must demand that he stops this war with Mercia, stops trying to press his demand. No, we will not be in debt to a murderous criminal. Well, we'll have to keep this. How can we stop? We don't have the authority at the moment to do it, but we'll keep this in mind. Now let's go to plots and clear all this wrongdoing up. If he can't get this evildoer, perhaps he can save some other people at least. Kill this countess. Absolutely not. You're supposed to be a vicar. You've been possessed. Again, he's not zealous. He's not going, oh, he's possessed, therefore we need to kill him. But this priest right next to our capital is going around plotting to murder people, and no one's done anything about it. He's just come into the office of king, seen all these files of dirt on all of his vassals that the previous king kept, rather than enacting justice, and that has to stop. And he has fled and left his position in the clergy to avoid justice. Well, that is a good result. We have protected the people of Waltham. Yay, woo! Waltham! And this mayor was supporting him and is continuing to support him in his exile. So we must demand that he stops backing the plot. And of course he will accept and will now be somewhat cowed by the knowledge that we had this against him. Dorset. Plotting to kill the Count of Devon, a 9-year-old child. True evil. And look at this disgustingness. Look at multiple priests in support, many vassals in support of the killing of this poor woman. This already, look at how she's suffering. She's already a lunatic, has great pox. She's in exile, effectively, in the course of her husband, locked away. Luckily, the syphilis, the great pox, is fairly mild in terms of its overall impact on her health. But that's what sent her insane. It's starting to degrade her brain. Oh, she's a known murderer? Oh. Well, let's appoint this very good spy master. And then if they're doing it again, we'll find out about it. Right? It is the daughter of the murdered party who is seeking revenge. Now, if it was anyone else, I'd say they need to be imprisoned. However, an eye for an eye is the standard religious doctrine, which he's happy to just let it be as it is. So, these people should definitely not be backing a murder plot, right? This is very wrong. So we're going to demand that all of these vassals stop backing this plot. So we'll also clown them slightly, so as we saw before, so they'll respect us slightly more as a ruler, and they'll be less likely to join future plots. And so now that they've righteously left, we're also going to demand that she end her plot. Of course, she will also accept. So, and therefore, is forgiven. Our wife is leading a plot to kill the chief of... What? This county here. A possessed man. Extremely temperate. This character truly embodies the purest principles of moderation. He's a diligent, temperate man. Okay, so he is wrathful and seen to be possessed. So he's prone to violence, but he hasn't killed anyone. There's no suggestion of that. So we could either demand that she end the plot, or imprison her. What's our opinion of her? They're uncouth. They don't show any of the proper decorum. However, that is counteracted by a +10 attraction penalty of their rejecting seduction attempts and them being faithful. Well, they've demonstrated faithfulness to us, and it is supposed to be till death do us part, no matter what may happen or whatever. I don't know it. So we're going to ask them to end their plot to murder someone. So I've just spilled my tea. We've cleared out most of the plots. There are now still 8 of them that we know of. Mostly people that have fled to continue their plot, and this one that's revolting against us, and the one led by our son, whom currently we do not have the ability to imprison. However, we can't let that behaviour continue if he continues to insist on this murder plot, which he absolutely refuses to do. He is a huge threat to our power, his ambition being to seize the Kingdom of England from us. And we're going to do this with just our personal armies. No need to bother our vassals with this war. We can fund it personally with our own troops. And we're going to go out there ourselves as a display of... I mean, we're not very good, but, you know, it's symbolic. And we've got our really good commander there doing the majority of the work in the centre with most of the troops. We're going out there to show this is the king going out to deliver justice in support of his subjects. Now, we're not zealous, and we don't yet have the just trait, and we're not purely legalistic. We did let that one woman go, and we've found some other solutions in a couple of places, but he is really focusing on being a good ruler, and he's a kind person who wants to protect people from being murdered. And we think our wife's pregnant, but we've just gone to war, so that's a little bit suspicious. Also, we're paranoid, but we're going to hire someone to find out if she's lying to us, because it's part of the reason we were impressed with her enough to just ask her clemency to end her plot rather than imprisoning her. Is her faithfulness to the Union, and we are lustful. So absolutely, we go. Actually, we really love them now that they're pregnant. That's tripled our positive opinion of them. And there's nothing suspicious about our pregnancy. So yes, okay, we get to love our wife. Awesome. That is a relief. He doesn't like hating people. And our marshal knows something that will improve the military. Well, we're new to this, so yeah, we'll adopt his ideas. Let's add these in. Died a natural death. He was just old. And King Oswin, our successor, is a truly masterful diplomat. So be it. It seems fate hates kindness in CK2. It's appointed us a cruel successor. So join us next time in Trial by Suggest Other Diseases.